Here we have a deadfall rather than a snare. Keeping in mind that when you're trying to catch animals, how you go about doing it depends on whether you have axe, for example, or saw, or rope, or string, or other devices. So a lot of these are sort of completely done without, well, in this case you can actually get away with not using rope for the trigger. Now if this is really big, you would catch bears. Reduce it some more and you could catch beaver or wolverine. But the principles are all similar. There's a heavy log, and sometimes there are logs that are placed thusly on this log to even give it more weight so that it bears down and presses down. Sometimes, in a more modern sense, they put spikes in here. They drive sharpened nails that are sharp on the ends. And the fence over here keeps the animal from approaching this from the far side, so they got to go this way, and when they reach in for the bait, they depress the little lever in here and the whole weight comes down on top of them. There are various simple ways of creating this effect here, but the simplest one is to use a piece of rope. Some people use a willow that's sort of wound. Some people will use spruce root in such quantity that it'll hold the log up, and then the spruce root dries, and then when you trigger it you have to replace it with fresh root. There's a bar here. You don't usually have that on the dirt. You have a log or something here because the animal can dig their way out, whereas with this bar they get pinched. Your big problem here is the rotation of the log, so you usually have to go to some effort to set up something to keep the log from rolling as the mechanism is triggered. And then you may have a wide variety of ways of creating this crossbar. They're depending on your culture and on your preference. This also, when this log is heavy, that stick as it flies around can kill you, because it'll fly around with great violence as it's triggered. So you've got to really watch that you're not in line with that as the full-size log is being used. Generally this log may be hug-sized to make sure you can catch a bear by pressure, compressing the bear under the bar.
Set it off once more. Perfect.